Hello Scrappers, this is Lorraine from Card Creations, and today I'm going to show you how to put this card together using the Straight from the Nest Cricut Cartridge. I want to say a thanks to my friend from the Cricut message board, Scrap and Gigi. She let me borrow her Straight from the Nest Cricut Cartridge, and I was able to put this card together for my nephew who's turning 19, and it's very difficult to make a 19-year-old a card, and a guy at, at that. So I came up with this, and it is an easel card, and when you open it, it says Happy Birdie, and I thought that was really cute. No buttons, no bows, no ribbon on this card, so maybe this will give you an idea on how to make a card for a guy. So we'll go ahead and get started. Got all my pieces here in my Ziploc bag. Okay, and the base of the card. I've done this before, but I'll just go ahead and do a little quick review on how to cut your base card for your easel. And the size of the card is 4 1/4 by 11, and then you'll score it 2 3/4 and 5 1/2, which is right in the center, and that makes your easel card like this. Alrighty, so now we'll go ahead and start with the mats. Now this paper came from Die Cut with a View paper stack, and it's the latte stack, and these are perfect for cards, and also there's a lot of neat designs in here that you can use for a guy. This is textured cardstock, and I'll just kind of flip through it just a little bit to show you. This is what I used on the one of my mats for the card. And now there's just maybe a couple in here with flowers on it, but not very many, and the rest are like a wood design, some big giant leaves, which would be nice also for a guy, and stripes. This would also work for a guy, and a lot of variety of colors. So if you see this stack and are having trouble selecting colors or papers for a guy, this would be perfect. See, not very many that are girlish. I love the leaves on that one. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started as far as putting our card together. And I've got everything's cut just a 1/4 inch smaller, except for, well, actually this is also. And then I just cut the mat to fit the front of the card, and then this will go on top. So we'll go ahead and assemble that. Now the size of the bird, I cut it 4 1/2, and you can find that on page 58. Alright, and then I'll go ahead and do this, and just remember that you just want to attach your mat to only this portion here of your card. So you can either mark the back as to exactly where you want to add your adhesive. I'll go ahead and do that. Find my pen. Oh, look how funny, I only have a white gel. Well, okay. Here we go. Here's my pen. So let me flip this over and kind of measure where exactly I want to place that. And then I'll just go ahead and just make a little tick mark in the back on how far up I need to put my adhesive. I'm adding a little extra since it's a guy will be handling the card. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to go ahead and do it this way, and that way I can get it centered on my base card. Get a nice even border all around. Okay, and there you have that portion. Okay, I've got this brown piece that I'm going to go ahead and add right to the front base of the card. And then I cut a rectangle piece. Didn't actually measure that one. You can cut whatever size you want depending on how far you want your easel to sit. You might want it further back and maybe cut a bigger piece, or you can just position it wherever you want, so you can decide on what size to cut that. And now I've cut this Happy Bird Day, and this is on page 60, and I cut this at 1.5 inch and also used the shadow on that. So I'm going to go ahead and get my quick dry adhesive, my Scotch quick dry adhesive, and add it to the back. This is a little small to use my gun, so I'll just add the adhesive. I love this stuff. It's really easy to work with and dries quickly. And I'm going to go ahead and add this to the front of this mat and just put it at an angle. And that way I'll be able to write his name up here and then sign our name down here. And you can always add an extra message on the inside here if you want. I've added a single layer of foam tape to the back of this mat, so that way your easel card will sit up when you open it. Okay, and we'll just add this right here. Okay, and on the bird, I just did some stitching along his little birthday hat and his wings and his body. If you don't want to use the hat, he's got a cute little tuft on the top of his head, which I thought was cute. So we'll go ahead and peel the back of the one layer of foam tape, so I can add my bird to the front of the card. And I'll just put this little guy right about here. He's so cute. I just love it. And there we have today's project, a birthday card for a guy. And once again, thank you Scrapping Gigi for letting me borrow your Cricut cartridge straight from the nest. And hopefully I'll be able to get a few other projects done with this. Thanks for watching.